Probably. Hello.
Hello.
Your hair looks good. Look at us.
Oh, we look good.
We're all showered and ready.
I'm like, I gotta be tell you, I'm low-key nervous. I'm gonna be like George Bush and making up words.
Did you guys did you guys watch Chelsea's interview?
That's the one that got me.
Sometimes
I
if
have
you go
to
back
go
and
out
watch
and come
some,
back waking up again. I don't know what I'm doing this.
uh-oh, Crystal, your audio is funky. Oh, she's gone.
Maybe she'll pop back in.
She'll be back. She decided to bail last minute.
No, she better not. I was like, hey, I really feel like I should be drinking like something else to calm my nerves. Why am I so stressed?
We should have had a mimosa party.
Oh yeah, but I have tea in my Bob's Burgers mug.
I love that.
I'm I'm like, it's my therapy mug.
Cheers, everyone. Welcome to our therapy session.
Okay. I gotta spit this gum out, I think.
Okay, do it. Does anyone need
Maybe.
any? You gotta go pee, gotta get a drink. Does anyone need anything?
No. Nope. What are you gonna talk about?
I don't know. I usually just say, like, introduce yourself. Yeah, check your teeth. Oh, I think I got food in my teeth, but it'll be all right. Someone's trying to break in. I wonder if it's the 2-year-old or the 5-year-old or the 7-year-old. I usually just say, like, introduce yourself or like share a little bit about who you are. So like your kids and how old they are and that you work full time, like, stuff that everyone does, but then they're like, oh yeah, if they can do it, I can do it. That kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Um, and then like what you do for work is always good. She's gone again.
Uh-oh.
Um, and then I'll ask what your goals were when you started. Like what goals did you
Okay.
have coming in? And then like what things have you tried to make that happen? And what's your favorite thing or favorite parts about like the program and like how we do it? Any
Okay.
big things like any big wins that you've noticed in yourself, like things that you are super excited about?
Okay.
Um, Crystal, are you okay?
It's up for
Oh no.
me try. I'm gonna just join my Zen of link.
Okay.
I didn't know what she just said.
I don't either. So I said okay.
Okay. All right.
Keep
Okay.
trying.
Woo. All right.
And then I'll just say anything else you want to talk about or share.
Okay.
And then I'll say if someone was on the fence, what would you say to them? The funny thing is like I don't know any of these answers. So it's totally
Right.
candid. Like we've never even talked about this. So it's like totally like
Yeah.
it's gonna be a true conversation because I don't know what you're gonna say.
Oh my gosh.
So it's fun.
Oh my God. It's good. I was like trying to like calm my nerves, which is funny because I never used to get nervous, but I just like don't want to sound um stupid for lack of better words, but that's not what I was just like non-intelligent.
Mm.
Stupid, but
Yeah,
I
but I think
I just
as
want to help other people. Like, I know there's a lot of people out here and they can like feel as good as I feel. And I was like, I've been really like holding on to those feel good vibes. Like this weekend has been really great. And
yeah,
like I just remember this feeling. Like Kendi said, I need to remember this feeling. And I feel really fucking awesome right now.
that, and then that's
I
what you
have
need to say.
donuts.
That
Yeah.
doesn't sound stupid at all. That sounds
I
fucking
know.
awesome.
Like I have a box of donuts downstairs. I have licorice in my cupboards, and I also have a shit ton of protein,
And
which
this
is
is
super
life.
cool. Like, so yeah, life, it's so easy. Oh, this seems better already.
This seems good. Oh, we'll see.
Hi,
Or not.
Oh shit.
Crystal, do you have your Bluetooth on for some reason? Because sometimes you use your
Yeah.
headphones. Okay.
How about
I
now?
use an Android. I think it worked.
Oh my gosh, good job.
Yeah.
You're a
Elise,
miracle.
see, Elise, you're not stupid.
Guys, it's all about the remote learning. I have all the tricks.
Oh my gosh. This is just, I gotta quit looking at myself. This
Well, right?
hair-
Like,
I know this is why I usually have a ponytail in, but I also feel like my hair just looks, I spent so much time on it, but
it looked really cute.
I might
It does
have to,
look really good.
I just gotta get it in the right.
I'm starting to get a little breakage though, guys, right here.
Oh, on the top.
Hair's reaching for the Lord.
Oh.
Mine's just gray, so I have to cover it every like
Oh, I like
4
that.
weeks.
Oh, the gray's coming through.
I don't have that yet.
Dark
but-
hair?
Oh no, I don't have gray.
No, no gray yet. I don't have any gray yet. My mom was totally gray before she was 40, so I thought maybe I had a chance at that, but I don't have any. Casey has a lot. That's why he keeps it shaved.
No, really?
My grandmothers were both like all white in their 20s, so this is why I have like a ton of it. Like it gets in my peaks really bad, and it's like I have a standing 4 to 5 week appointment with my hairdresser to cut with Grace. Like it's just a known thing now.
That's because I'm like
crazy.
turning my platinum gray right now. Like I'm working towards that platinum white.
It's the dark hair. They show so much better on the dark hair than they do on the lighter blonde and hair. So she's like, yeah, but you can't go blonde. So we're gonna just keep covering you. And I'm like, perfect.
We're just gonna keep this looking real sharp. Real
Yep.
sharp. Oh my gosh. All right. So, Crystal, do you want to hear the questions or do you know what they are?
I have no idea what they are.
Okay. So the first question I'll just ask like for you guys to share like who you are and what you do. So like kid info, where you work, what, you know, I work full time, that whole thing. And then I'll ask what your goals were when you started. And then what other things you've tried to achieve your goals. And then what's your favorite part about the program or parts? Because a lot of people have many things. I shouldn't say many, but most people don't stop at one thing. They just talk. So you guys, this is like your time to just like, and I was telling Elise, I'm like, I honestly don't know any of this. So I'm asking you on, it's like totally like a real conversation because I don't know what you guys are going to say. And then I'll ask you to share like anything else you've noticed in yourself that you are super proud of. So like this is where Chelsea kind of shared a little bit about her like anxiety and that she had better energy and stuff like that. So you are choosing what you share. You can share how much weight you've lost. You can share whatever. I don't care. I want you to be comfortable with what you're sharing. Well, borderline uncomfortable, I would say, because Chelsea was uncomfortable when she shared that. She was like, I didn't know she was going to go there. She's like, yeah, I got prescribed Xanax. I was like, oh, we're going there. Okay.
Okay.
And then I'll say anything else you want to share, open mic. And then what would you say to somebody that's on the fence about joining? And that's it. Nothing crazy.
That's it. All right.
And I don't care what you say. You could be like, Cindy's kind of entertaining and she somewhat knows what she's doing and she's a good cheerleader. And that's about it.
A lot of bad words.
She says fuck a lot and it keeps me really excited about losing weight. I don't know what else to say.
You're right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. So I'm gonna do this. We're gonna do this thing.
We're gonna do this.
Please sing.
Oh God.
Oh
Guys, turn my face into like something fun. One of those like fun filters.
yeah, put on like a mask or something.
Wouldn't that be funny? I could like
Mm.
sit somewhere in the background.
I'm clicking the button. There's
Oh.
always a delay. And then an echo. And then
But the echo goes away.
then I have to close my Facebook on my web browser and it goes away. Dun, 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 loading. Meeting is now streaming live on Facebook.
Ah.
Is this us? All right, let me get this out of here. And oh yeah, we're live. Okay. What up, Facebook? Kendi Malott coming at you hot on a Sunday fun day. I got two of my VIPs here, Elise and Crystal Seaver. So thank you guys for being here. And thank you to anybody who grabs the hashtag live if you're here live, hashtag replay if you're grabbing this on a replay. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're just gonna chat about a little bit about like who these two are and what their stories are and how they're doing in the program so far. So welcome to the show.
This is my first ever live.
Me too. I'm a little
Is it?
stressed.
I know. We're
If
getting
you-
a sweat over here.
I know.
You do sweat a little bit, and sometimes if you swear, it like takes the edge off. So that's one of my main tricks. So but you just kind of go with it. You just roll with it, go with the flow. So if anybody watching has any questions as we're going through this, drop them in the comments. And otherwise, we're just going to dive right in. So first person to the mic, whoever beats the
Go.
other one out, just share a little bit about who you are and what your life is like.
Okay.
Who's going first? Elise is going first.
I'll go. I don't know. I'm a wife. I'm a mom of two wonderful little girls. I've been teaching about 10 years, kindergarten. I'm crazy. I love it. I think I might be a kindergarten lifer. Let's see. Not only do I teach kindergarten though, I'm really busy with one of my other passions. I'm an adjunct professor for early childhood at SVSU and I love it. It's like combining both my littles and my olders and bringing them together. And it's something I've really enjoyed. But after I had Violet, my second, I felt like I was kind of losing myself and I started throwing myself into more and more work and things got really busy and I was missing something. So, you know, I was busy and I was fulfilled and I felt happy, but I was missing something from then. Yeah. I don't know what else you would. Did I miss something?
No, I think that's really good. How old are your kids? How old are your girls?
Oh, 2 and 6. And they're busy.
Those are busy ages. Yes, for sure.
Yeah. You have a 2-year-old, right?
Mhm.
So it's like, oh my God. And that second one, you guys, that second born is, she's scary.
I call my second is my son and I call him my Kevin McAllister. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
the kid that is always making me like, oh,
Yeah.
and that's Crystal has that queued up. That's one of her goals with this. But so yeah, Crystal, share with us like who you are.
All right. So I am Crystal. I am a wife. I'm a mother. I have a 16-month-old. He was 10 months old when I started this. And then I have a 9-year-old stepson as well that we have 50% of the time. I work full time. I am a branch manager for a financial institution for a bank. So I usually work more than full time even. And I have a lot of other people I have to manage and run around and schedules I have to do. So when I started this because, as I said, my son was 10 months old and I wasn't losing any of the pregnancy weight that I was stuck on, I felt like. So I needed something new and to change, and I wasn't comfortable in my body. So I wanted to do something about that, and everything I was trying was not working on its own. So I knew I needed help at that time because so much had changed. And then also, do you want me to go into telling more?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay. So then also I want to have a second child, but I had a lot of complications on my own health when I had my first child. So I needed to, or when I went to an OB to talk to see if it was even possible to have a second one, I was told that I needed to lose the pre-pregnancy weight before I tried. So that way I was healthier and I didn't have another, hopefully I don't have another premature baby in the future and I can go full term. So
So I had a premature baby too. My
Yeah.
first born was 6 weeks premature.
yes, and mine was 6 weeks premature. So we have that in common too.
Love this. I think it's probably important to tell everyone that Crystal and I actually live pretty close together, but we haven't known each other until we started this program with each other on accident. I mean, it was on purpose, but we accidentally befriended each other. And I think because we started at the same time, it's been super fun. And look at us now. I'm so excited.
Yes.
Yes, Elise messaged me on our first Zoom call with the group. She sidebar messaged me and was like, we're doing this together. We should exchange numbers so that way we can talk this through. And I was like, okay, game. And ever since then, we have our sidebar conversations for everything.
It's great.
It is.
And you
feel
guys
nice,
have
doesn't
so
it?
much in common. Like it's
Yeah.
perfect.
It's fun.
Oh my gosh, I love it. And now you both had you both had premature babies. You have another thing you didn't know.
Yeah. Just Crystal, to let you know, my second was also very tiny too, but they are mighty and they are strong. And I think that some of us just make smaller babies than other people.
Mhm. Yeah.
So mine was premature, but at 6 weeks early, he was still 6 pounds.
Yes.
So I would have had
Pretty
like
good
a
size.
10-pound baby if I went full term. But
Pretty good size.
yeah, he was pretty good size. He was the biggest one in the NICU. Let's just put it that way.
Oh my gosh. Me too. Sorry. That's great.
Taking up all the room over here.
Aw.
So okay, so Crystal had weight loss goals and like nothing else was working. And then Elise, weight loss goals, but also just like felt like you were like lost in the sauce, kind of like of
Yeah.
motherhood.
So I hadn't been working out at all. And I used to work out a ton. I used to just really enjoy working out and being part of a group. And I just really kind of lost myself and did not like looking in the mirror. And I've always struggled with self-confidence. So it wasn't one of those. I think that I was just like, hey, this seems really interesting to me. I think this might be a great step. I think this summer was one of those summers where I was really working on myself mentally and I was ready for something. I was ready for the next step, the next commitment. And then you kind of just fell into my lap. I remember of Kindy and when you were running your gym here, and I remember that, but I don't remember really, I hadn't stalked you for months and months. I hadn't really even known who you were, right? Like you just knew people. Oh, and then you took care of my cousin's kids. So I was definitely knew of you, but
I've kind of done it all. I was taking care of kids and running a gym and I've
Right.
done all the things. I get bored really easy. So I'm like, what else can we do? It's gotta be something else we can do.
Yeah.
And then Crystal, what about you? How did you stumble upon this?
Well, so I am friends on Facebook with Crystal Cook as well. And so I was watching her journey through the whole thing. And then I started I did start kind of stalking you through her as well. Cause I was like, what is this stuff that's going on? And I saw a round table. There was 5 people and one of them in there says, I did not like working out and it's working. And I was like, I don't like working out, and I have a baby at home, so I can't work out. Like, who's got time to go to the gym? What am I going to do with this child when I go to the gym? So I was like, oh, if they can do it, then maybe this will work for me, actually. So that's when I decided to pull the trigger and sign up.
Yeah, because you guys both, it was really weird. You guys both signed up within like a week or the same week, and you guys both just shot me a message out of the blue, and it was like a quick Zoom call, and you guys were in, I feel like, before really you knew what it was entirely.
think we both
so-
needed that. Like, we were just like, I got to take care of myself. Whatever I'm doing is not working.
Yeah, and
You're
let's do
ready.
something different. What kind of stuff have you guys tried before this? Like, was it like workout classes, diets? Like what track were you on? Uh-oh.
This
It
is
was
so,
like
like-
all of them.
Right?
Yeah.
Everything.
I did detoxes. I did keto or attempted a keto. I used to have a gym membership, so I tried the gym membership. My husband's a runner, so I tried the running. And like, and you would get some success, but then once you stop, it would all come back.
Yeah,
God.
running's hard to commit to. I don't like to run, so I'm a loser on that one. I'm gonna
don't like
lose
to
for
run.
sure.
I feel like for as long as I can remember, I've had issues with self-image and weight. So it's been a really interesting journey for me. Weight Watchers, Weight Watchers. Interesting journey for me.
Sorry.
Weight Watchers,
I'm trying to-
good echo.
It's the echo. I got rid of it. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Weight
So it's been
Watchers,
like a really
okay.
interesting journey though, like anything from pretty much starving myself, right? Not eating enough food to eating a ton of smoothies and nothing else, stopping and not eating for like hours at a time, fasting a lot, and just nothing would work, right? And nothing made me feel vibrant. I needed more life and I needed something.
That's a good word. Needed more vibrancy.
Like-
So from where you're at right now, like what are your favorite parts of the program?
What are yours?
Mine is
Good,
now
you go
the
first.
weightlifting,
The
which I never
weightlifting?
thought it would be, but it's the weightlifting. Like,
Uh-huh.
never did I think it would be. Like, I remember I was on my first coaching call with Casey, and he goes, "Great. Are these workouts something like you like?" And I said, "No, I don't like working out at all. I never want to work out. I just do it because you tell me I have to do it, but I don't want to do it." And I remember even Elise and I used to message each other back and forth complaining about the workouts. And then if they went past like 30 minutes, we're like, what the heck are these? These are not the workouts that we're supposed to have. They were 30 minutes only. Where's our 30-minute workouts again? So, but now be like the weightlifting, like I love working with the bars and the barbells and the dumbbells and seeing like how much I can actually push myself to do. And I don't have to do as much cardio, I feel like, because I got the weightlifting, and that's the best part.
Yes, absolutely. I'm with you on that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Same, right? I just yesterday morning, I went with my husband and we picked up a barbell and weights over in Bay City, and I was so excited. And then we went to the bakery and got my donuts because I really wanted to get donuts. And this program has allowed me, I don't even like to call it a program because it sounds very like,
I don't really know what to call it. It's just a thing that we do.
This like what I've learned to do with myself, and I can have both, right? I can have the barbell in the back of my car and in my basement, and I can also have the box of donuts on my cupboard.
Mm-hmm.
And so
That's my husband called it a cult the other day.
it is not a cult.
And I was like,
We
what is
are
that bad cult? We're a fun cult. We're a great cult. But that I would like to go with Elisa's point. Like, that's my other favorite part is the fact that I can eat the pizza. I can drink the wine. Like, I can do all these things. I have not had to take anything away to do this and to see results and get it done, basically.
Dude, in
Mhm.
fact, I don't know, like, I think Crystal and I talk about this all the time is how the heck am I going to get all of my calories in? Never in my life have I had a harder time eating as much food as I need to eat to lose weight. It's bizarre. It's crazy. We were both like, oh my God, I'm up. We had to put our calories up. Like, how are we going to do this? Like, what? I still need to get 500 calories in and it is 7 p.m. What are we going to do?
Good thing you bought those donuts.
Yeah. And so we're just constantly like, okay, I try this. Did you try this? Or like, I add protein here. Do you add protein here? Like, how do you get your fats in? And it's been really, I think that's the really cool part is we've developed a really cool friendship.
Yeah. I think the thing that like the cult and the friendships, like the community that is this, it's just the most beautiful thing ever. I just love that you guys, like, you aren't the only ones. Like a lot of other people too have gotten each other's phone numbers and hold each other accountable. And like you have friends, like you have real friends and support through this journey that you're on together. And I think it's one of the most magical things ever. Like I love it. I love our community. I think it's one of the best.
I agree. I think like
And
I
I think
also have someone in the morning that I wake up to in the morning and I'm like, hey, it's time to work out 4:30.
Yes.
And I think that's part of the important thing. Like people always talk about how it's so important to surround yourself with people like you or people with the goals that you have. But until you actually do it and see it in the making, like it's something to be said about it. I couldn't tell you if I would be as far along as I am or in the same situation I am if I didn't have Elise there the whole time with me, because there were days like I would want to quit and I would want to give up and she'd be like, nope, you're doing this.
So do
Like,
it.
and I may want to curse her out sometimes, but she's like, nope, you're doing this. And it's like, it's a back and forth thing. When I'm down, she's up. And when she's down, I'm
Yeah.
up. And we can feed off of each other. And it just helps keep you motivated and keep you pushing because you want to do this together.
I think that's exactly it too. Is like exactly what you said. When I was down and she was up, she would just be like, hey girl, like, don't forget, like, this is what you're doing it for. Just try, like, you can quit halfway through if you want. And I say the same thing to her. And the other day we had a conversation and it was like, hey, where were we a year ago today? We were crap, right? Like it was not where we wanted to be. So let's think about that. Oh my gosh, a year ago today, your baby was so small.
I know.
Oh,
He
wow.
was.
That's sad to think about.
I know.
Our babies. That is
He was
that
like
is a
4 months old.
that's a
Mhm.
crazy, yeah, that is crazy. That's a really, really good point, is being able to like look at where you were and where you are and know that like all the work you've put in, even the days that you wanted to quit, like you're so much farther along than you would have been if you weren't here. And that's like, it didn't mean that you were in the mood for it every day. Like it just meant that, you didn't stop. And that I
Exactly.
think that's one of the biggest takeaways, and also one of the biggest like confidence builders that there is through this, I think, is like, I wanted to quit and I didn't. Like, that's awesome.
Now it's like not even like I want to quit, like because I just can't imagine my life not like this.
Mhm.
Right? It's so routine for me to get up and be in my basement by 4:50 at the latest, right? With my tennis shoes on, lifting my weights, getting my mind right for the day so that I can have a great day at school, like be a great mom, be a great wife. I really feel the difference, right? I have my lunches packed now. I eat my breakfast. I don't have to starve myself. I'm way nicer to people because I'm not depriving myself. And I still get licorice every day. I still get that ice cream. Like, I think that was like, it's unbelievable. Because when I met with you and I was like, yeah, how do you do this? Like, what is she selling me?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, everyone always thinks it's like a MLM. They're like, all right, what are you gonna give me a
Like,
gum
I'm just
here to
waiting
put
for
in
you
my
to tell
belly
me, like,
button?
you got to take these pills now. We're like, nope,
Yeah.
nothing.
I'm like, nope, you just gotta eat. That's all. You gotta eat, and you gotta do some workouts. I think this leads right into our next thing. Like, what do you view as like your biggest wins so far? Like, what are you the most proud of, and what have you noticed in yourself as like different in a good way? I think you just did a pretty good job, Elise, of like answering that, but Crystal, how do you feel about it?
I'm trying to think, like, my biggest win so far is I am now down to pre-pregnancy weight. So that's exciting for me, even though
So
I want to be down
exciting.
more. So I want to keep going. I'm not done yet. But then it's not even, I would say not even like the weight, as like I'm starting to see my body shift in ways that I never knew, like I've never seen before because of the weights and because of the lifting. Like you're like, oh, there's a muscle there. What is this thing? Like, where did this come from? Or like, and if people like notice, like, I would say one of the biggest wins was my 9-year-old stepson. The one time was like, oh, you look like you're getting skinny and you look like you're getting strong. Like, what happened?
Oh
Like,
my
I
God, I
just
love
saw you yesterday. So it's just those little like things like that that make you feel good. But it's, I would say my way, I guess my biggest win is then the way I feel. Cause like Elise said, it's the going to the basement to work out. I'm not going to a gym every day because I just don't have time for that. But it's funny because Elise is the morning workouter and I'm the
Yeah.
nighttime workouter.
Yeah.
So I go down and it's like 8:30 at night.
I'm going to
because I put the
bed.
baby- Yeah. I go to bed or I put the baby to bed and then I'm working out after the baby's in bed. So it's easier for me that way because he wakes up at all different hours in the morning. So, and I get all the stresses of the day out for me. So it's being able to get that release at the end of the day and find that new strength to be able to push it just a little bit more to it makes you just feel so empowered in yourself as well. And I think other things in life fall into place because you are feeling more empowered within yourself even.
That's really well said. I like it. I like it a lot. I feel the same way, actually. I mean, and you guys know, like I'm super transparent with my own routines and my own journey. Like I have times where I don't work out. I have times where I'm not like tracking my food and stuff, but I know that I feel the best when I am doing that stuff. And I think it's true, like it just gives us more bandwidth. It gives us more energy to have that outlet and just know like I am allowed to take care of myself, even though like I manage this. I mean, we manage households, right? Like
Yeah.
husbands are lovely, but like if we didn't do the things we do, like the household wouldn't run the same, right? And so sometimes you can get lost in that. And I think it's just cool to be able to like prioritize yourself that way and get results. And it has so many different payoffs. It's like, it's the best thing ever. So, anything else that you guys want to like share or say or anything?
Yeah. I think as a mom of girls specifically, right? I never envisioned myself as a girl mom. I really thought thank you, God. But I have 2 amazing girls, and my biggest goal is that they are confident in who they are and they can just be them, right? And that I went to Great Wolf Lodge a few weeks ago, and I was telling this is like a huge moment in my life. I put on a bathing suit. I didn't even think twice about it. Like I had nothing, not a single like glance in a mirror, none of like checking out to make sure nothing. I had no flipping feelings about not looking good in that bathing suit at all. I was like, oh my God, this is the first time probably since I've been 9 or 10 years old to feel confident in my own skin. Now I've processed that for like the last 3 weeks, but I'm really like, that is something that's huge in my life. I never thought I would feel that way ever. And I'm doing the work. Like I've done the work, so I deserve to feel that way, but
That's
you
incredible.
push through.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, that's one of the best feelings is just being able to be like so solid on the inside and like, yeah, best feeling ever. So I love that. I'm so happy for you. Like that's seriously like, that's epic in my book. I mean, you've still got, and you said this when you shared that, like in the group, but it was like, you're like, I still have goals. I still have things I'm working on and I'm not like anywhere near done, but like this very like pivotal thing happened for me. And it was like amazing.
It just like pushes me to have more goals and like to explore what goals look like for me. right? It's not like, hey, I want to lose 30 pounds. It's, hey, like that would be really cool, but why stop there? I want to lose 30 pounds and I want to lift like, I don't know, maybe I want to do like a CrossFit thing. Who knows?
Yeah, like maybe I can do things I never even thought of yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would say that's that's one of the biggest takeaways too, is that you come in here thinking this is your goal. I want to lose this much weight. I want to do this. And then you're finding like you have so much more that you want to do as well. Like I said, I started lifting. I now hit 75, deadlifting 75 pounds. And I'm like, I want to keep going. I want to do more. Like my news feed now comes up with all these weight, like gym videos on different forms and different things, like different workouts. And I'm like, I get sucked in and I just want to watch them and be like, oh, they're not doing that right. Oh, they should be doing this instead. Kind of a thing. Like, it's just like weird. Like you said, it's once you hit that weight loss goal, you have other goals. Your goals shift in this whole process. I think as we find ourselves more, we really get deep into what we want to do and what we can do. Because now it teaches you, like, I can do so much more than what I thought I could do even. And let's see how much more I can do.
Yeah, it totally connects you to your actual potential instead of like perceived potential that everyone talks about. And it's like, I'm going to set this goal because I like know I need to, and I'm kind of scared that I might not be able to do it, versus like you start to get momentum and you're like, oh, I'm going to crush that. And like, what else have we got? Like, I'm going to keep going.
Yes, it's almost like a goal that society, like your first goal is the one that it's a societal norm. It's something that society thinks that you should do, or there was certain way you should look, or the certain size you should be, right? Like even doctors, they say, oh, you should
what
wear
your
this.
doctor said to you.
Yeah, exactly. But then you start going and you're like, okay, maybe they're not all correct. Yes, I needed to lose some weight and I needed to get that pre-pregnancy weight off. But when I start lifting, my weight might not look like that exactly. But that doesn't mean like my weight is associated to like how much muscle mass I have or things like that. And my weight doesn't mean like I can't lift heavy things and I can't do these workouts. So like everything seems to change once you get in and you start doing the work on yourself. And it's been amazing. And the community alone that you have created, Cindy, is amazing. Like Elise and I have talked about this before. We have never been in a more supportive group of women even than the community that we're in, because they are all supportive. They all have your back. And if you're down, they're all there to pick you back up. And that's what's been, I think, a huge help as well, as the community that we're a part of by being a part of this.
I didn't even think about the community when we first joined, right? Like it was a very like side thought, like, oh, we have calls that we get on together every week. But I was like, oh yeah, we have calls, like great. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, like these are my people. I want to travel to North Carolina and see my people. I want to go to Texas. I want to be in Michigan. Like I want to be all over with my people because they fulfill that like type of person I am. And I see the same values in them. And it's just so much fun. And it's so nice to have like-minded people in the same space. It's rare this time, like this part of our lives, to have a lot of like-minded people in the same space. And I think that's been really a valuable lesson in this, is there's a lot to be had here besides just the number on the scale.
Absolutely. I mean, I think it's really crazy because like as females, it's like we're always jealous of each other, and like, you know, the whole high school experience, it doesn't really seem to get that much better in the professional world. Like you don't find a bunch of people who are like willing to be real with you and like vulnerable and all that. It's like, you know, mainly it just feels kind of lonely, really.
Right.
And I think inside the community, that has definitely been something that was it was really important to me to cultivate that. But so being alongside of like all these women with all these different things going on, it's like you guys said, like if I'm down, somebody else is up, but they're not up because they have it easy, right? Like they're up because they did work to be up this week. You know what I mean? It's like they still got sick kids and crazy work life and all that, but So it's like they get you, and that inspires you more to keep showing up, because you're like, no, she's doing it and she's got just as much going on as I do. So if she can do it, I can do it. And that is something that I will forever be grateful for, that you guys do that for each other. Cause I can't make people do that, but it's like, it really has it's a really cool culture, and I love it.
We do too.
Yeah,
Good.
we do.
So last call, open mic, anything else you guys want to toss out there? And or what would you say to anyone who is like watching this and maybe on the fence and has been silently stalking and secretly wanting to join but scared to pull the trigger? Like, what advice do you have for those people?
You want to go?
Go ahead.
Okay, are you sure?
Yeah.
I think really like no amount of money could ever be enough money for me to even have had this experience, right? To learn who I am again and learn more of who I am. That's like worth its weight in not even gold, like diamonds. Like seriously, this has been such a great surprise to know who I am and like feel great about myself and give zero bad words about it.
Yes.
You know, teacher
Zero
here.
bias.
But yes, God, if you're on the fence, like meet with Kendi. She'll work out a plan. Like honestly, at this point when I met with Kendi, it was get a new car payment or meet with Kendi, figure it out. I want a trailer, I want a car, I want all these things, but I'm not going to learn those things and enjoy those things unless I am myself, right?
Wow. Yeah. That was good.
What I mean by that is like you're not an entire car payment, Kendi, but you know, you're worth it.
Aw, thanks.
But yeah, you're welcome. I appreciate you. And Casey, we appreciate Casey too.
Casey does good work.
Yeah, I would say even if you're scared to take that plunge, still do it. Because everybody in here was scared to take that step as well. So you're not alone. We were all afraid to take that step. I think when I first met Kendi, I asked her what her success rate was with people, because I was like, what am I signing up for? Like, like Lee said, like, what's the gimmick? Like, what's the success rate? Like, what am I really getting myself into? And she said, as long as you do the work, you will see success. And I was like, all right, we'll give this a shot. Like, but as Lee said too, like it's worth all the money, and not even just for the things that you do now. Like there are things that I'm learning from you, Kendi, that I will take with me for the rest of my life. Like the differences in foods and macros, in how like I can actually fuel my body, and how I can fix my hormones, and like fix my metabolism and my gut health, and help with sicknesses and things like that. Like these are all things like they are now being ingrained in my brain. And I don't look at pizza like, oh, it's pizza, it's so many calories. I look at pizza and I'm like, depending on what's on it, there's my food, there's my carb, there's my fat, there's my protein. I'm good. I can eat the pizza. Like, so it's those types of things. Like you learn so much more than what you're trying to accomplish when you're in here. And it's things that you will take with you for the rest of your life, no matter how much you do for right now.
Mm-hmm. I think I forgot you asked my success rate. And Elise, was it you that asked? Did your husband ask what my credentials were? Someone asked.
Yes, it was my husband. He's like, well, I mean, you could do what you want, but what are her credentials? Is she like real? And I was like,
yeah.
Yep.
You're like, I don't know. And you asked me, I was like, well, I have a whole list, but I mean, there's a lot of people with credentials that don't know how to use them. So I was like, I don't know. And then I think you also, Elise, put it in a really good context when you said, which Crystal, everything you said, like, thank you. And I think that's spot on, because it is like, and this kind of goes with what I'm going to say about, because Elise was like, this is like a class. This is like a master's level class about me. Like, and that's when you view it like that, it's like, I mean, yeah, you get to take that with you the rest of your life. Like, what could be better than that?
Honestly, yeah, I've learned more in this class than I've learned in all of my math classes that I've paid well more money for. So I know you're a math person, finances.
No, I'm not a finance person. I'll teach you all kinds of things about yourself and
Yeah.
and all that stuff. Yeah, that's awesome. So if you're on the
But
fence,
that's
just jump.
Yes, but because I feel like diets, like I will never go back to diet life again. It's
Mm-mm.
because that's there, it's the biggest like scam that there is out there that we're learning. Like it's not you have to cut all these calories and cut out these foods. No, you have to eat more calories and add more foods in. So
Mhm.
Crazy.
Yeah, it
In the
is
work-
really crazy. Like when you like take a step back and you start looking at like, okay, we have the most diets we've ever had. We have the most like trackers and apps that we've ever had. And we have the most medication that we've ever had, yet we have more unhealthy people than we've ever had. So if all those things were really going to fix the real problem, then we wouldn't all be where we're at, which I mean, most people are looking for a long-term solution. And that was my whole goal with this thing was like, no, let's just like fix the root of this. And then all the other things get debunked. They all go away. You don't need them anymore. So it's awesome. Well, thank you so much, both of you, I know this is always like the first Facebook Live is like kind of scary. So thanks for sharing and putting yourself out there and just like telling your stories and sharing your thoughts. It means a lot to me. And I'm super proud of both of you and all your progress and all the work that you guys put in and the way that what you guys bring to the community and that culture, because both of you guys are an incremental piece of that and it doesn't go unnoticed. So I love that you guys are there for each other and everybody else. So just to let you know, I'm proud of you, even though I know I say it all the time. But that's all, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you guys on the next one. And again, just hit us with a little hashtag replay if you are grabbing the replay of this, and hashtag value if you got something out of this. Any questions, drop them in the comments. Otherwise, I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Ta-da!
yay!
That was awesome.
God, that's a long one. People are like, how long is this? You're like, fast forward for the stories.
Yeah. People figure it out. They sift
Yeah.
through and they find the parts that they need to see. So
I like some of the long ones though, because I'll listen to the long ones when I'm out on my walks. So I
Mhm.
like when they're over 30 minutes because then I just keep walking.
yeah. You just keep on listening.
Right.
I love that.
That was
I-
awesome.
Like I have a week. This week, my husband's gone away again for the week, and I'm like, all right, I'm finally getting used to that.
Gone
It's not
again.
too bad. I'm not gonna die. It's gonna be fine, guys.
What?
So,
We're gonna have to meet up at some point too. We can go
No.
walking
and you have your surgery.
tomorrow.
I need a picture of the weights that you got so I can adjust your workouts.
They're just
They're written for like lighter weights. Now that you have heavier weights, I want to make
Well,
sure.
Chris and I like exchange each other's workouts, and we're like, what are you doing today? What are you doing? And I'm like,
What do you
Yours
do?
different.
Oh my gosh. That
I'm
was
excited. I'll send you my stuff.
I was listening.
You were listening?
I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like we're
What'd
gonna
you
have
do?
to switch them too now, Elise. I'm gonna be doing your workouts because I only have the weight vest I can use, and you'll be doing my workouts because you got your bar.
Guys, I've done so many lunges. Like I am solid. My legs are solid.
You know when you're gonna really appreciate that? When you're at the beach this summer and you're just like walking in the sand like a powerhouse. Like what sand?
I
guys?
do walk
And
around.
everybody's
everyone
got
touch my butt.
cramps and shit. You're like, whatever.
I was like, guys, want to touch my legs? They're so hard. Like I'm not even flexing right now, bro. Like
Yeah. My legs alone eat 2,000 calories. What up?
that's right. He just like, you're intense. And he's like, do you need all this space for all your proteins? And I was like, yeah,
Yes.
I do. Thank you.
I have my protein powder. I have my collagen powder. I got my L-carnitine. Like it's all right there next to my Keurig. And then I
have
have two
protein.
things
Is it worth
in
it?
the pantry for protein bars and beef sticks. Like, leave me alone.
I have it. Yeah, it's like an embarrassing shelf in the pantry of. It looks like a first form event in there.
I have to like hide my stuff too because I get so pissed when people eat my, like, I'll buy Haagen-Dazs ice cream for myself, right? And I like have to hide it because I'm like,
Yeah.
don't eat cherry vanilla, back off. And everything else, I'm like, don't, you can't have that. That's my 42 grams of protein. You better need that.
Oh
So
my
that's funny you
God.
say that, because today I sent Gavin, my 9-year-old, up to make a sandwich, and they have their turkey and then I have my
Yes.
turkey. And I opened the drawer and I said, you used my turkey. You have all these containers of your turkey and you used my turkey.
That's so
Crystal gets a personal size fridge and puts it in her closet.
Exactly. Crystal, you have it hard because you have boys and they're going to be eating a lot more. I mean, Nora eats, but she's like, I'm just going to drink your protein. My
What?
body, my choice, mom.
Dude, Chuck will eat like, I don't even know where he puts it. He'll make like his Chuck Sammy from the meal guides. He'll make that. Well, I'll make it for him. He'll eat that and like a Oikos yogurt and a whole thing of raspberries and like a protein bar on the side. And I'm like, bro, like you gotta like
Yeah.
slow this down a little bit. I don't know what to say, but like that's a lot. That's like a $10 breakfast.
Right?
That was the one time Gavin ate my like last banana and I like was like fuming because I was like, I needed that for my meals tomorrow.
Isn't it the worst? Like I'm a little territorial over my snacks. I get it. So if I like put it all together, usually they won't touch it if it's already like in a bag of some sorts. But Gage does, like, before he leaves on his trips, you guys, he's so nice. He cooks me meats and proteins and cuts me a lot of vegetables. He has like 3 lunches stacked for Nora and then all my breakfast sandwiches. So he does such a nice job. He loves cooking.
Wow.
He's really quite sweet.
And
That's
he cooked me
awesome.
some of my meats too. I can come by and pick it up.
Yeah, no problem. He loves that.
He starts a meal prep service side hustle.
Here you go.
Garrett was
Good
like,
idea.
Garrett's idea of dinner would be like, do you want buttered noodles with a side of mac and cheese? And I'm like,
Yes.
no.
A side of mac and
We
cheese.
sit down for dinner and they're like, what vegetable are we having? Oh, I forgot that. And I was like, how do you forget
What?
about vegetable?
Yeah.
No, mine's usually, what meat are we having? Do we have to have meat? Yes.
If we don't, we're gonna die a lot sooner. We need to have some meat.
Protein. That's funny.
Yeah. He's
Oh
not a
my
protein
God.
eater, so it's been tough. And he's not a cook.
He's not a cook. I know.
My husband is like the exact opposite stature of your husband. He's a cook.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Can be good and bad though, depending on
Yeah.
what they want to cook, you know?
He's pretty on board with me. Like he's super good. I've been really
Yeah.
appreciative of him lately.
Good work, guys.
Go us, go team.
I
Go
know.
team.
Crystal, you got this.
Yes.
Oh,
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. she's-
I felt like you were talking to me this morning during our group call. For so much
Oh.
of it.
You did?
Yes. And I was sitting over here like bawling my eyes out
Crystal.
through it all. And then I was like, okay, I got up, I did some things, and I was like, I'm going to work out. And I went and lifted all of my heavy weights that I liked. So I did deadlifts, and then I did dumbbell bench press or dumbbell bench, presses. And then I did the dumbbell bent over rows. And I was like, okay, I'm good now. We got this. I got this. I'm good now. I had to work it out.
Good. Sometimes you
love
just gotta
that.
cry a little bit, but yeah, I think it's gotta be hormonal, because there's no way that you did not gain 3 pounds of body fat. Let's just say that, especially if you can like feel it in a specific spot, like, because
Well, and if you look, I uploaded my pictures. So if you look at the side picture from like a month ago to now, I'm like, you can see like the increase. And I was like, this just isn't even right. I feel like this just isn't even right. I
yeah,
can see the blow. But yeah, I feel it too. Like my pants feel like they're not fitting the same this week. And I'm actually still down 0.8 from where I was last week when they were fitting just fine. So actually they felt great.
Yeah,
So-
it's probably it could be stress, it could be all stress. But it could be like where you're at in your cycle too, because there's a hormone fluctuation that happens like before you ovulate or like in that time frame. So if you're like approaching that, that could be it too. Could be a shit ton of things.
Yeah.
And Casey was like, really doesn't matter which one it is, because it's gonna keep coming down. And I was like, yeah, just you're so insensitive. Just be quiet.
Like that. I love good man.
Go cook me some steak. Be
No
quiet.
cookery is the mistake.
I'm gonna weigh myself this week, guys. I'm gonna get back to the scale.
Yes.
Back to
I'm
the
not
start.
gonna be that mad about it either. It's
I mean,
Just
it's like
make you feel better.
you gotta track it, and it's super fun to celebrate it when it goes down, but sometimes it just doesn't fucking play nice. And like, well, I mean, sometimes you gotta cry it out, and sometimes you
You
just say
know-
fuck it, and like it's different every time.
exactly. And I feel like if I stay away from it for too long, then I get too like comfortable with that crutch.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You're just like, I haven't weighed in, and I don't use that as a motivator because I do need like a realistic view.
Mm-hmm.
She's so cute.
Oh, there's a mini Kindy.
Oh,
Hello.
there is a baby kid. I love watching your guys' Facebook like videos on them all day long.
I gotta see if mine's up yet. She's scary.
You over here. I got it. Can you say hi? These are my friends.
Hi.
That's Elise and Crystal.
Hi.
We can have a baby party.
I
It
know.
didn't help that on Friday I was very stressed Friday afternoon too because the insurance isn't covering part of the procedure. So they're like, it's experimental or investigative, so we're not going to cover it. So it's all out of your
Oh my
pay,
god.
basically. So I've been fighting with insurance companies and doctors' offices, and yeah.
Can they like bill it
Oh.
differently? So
No,
that
so it's for a nerve wrap.
Yeah.
So if they have to do the nerve wrap, basically it's out of pocket because they said nothing has been proven yet to say that nerve wraps help versus not helping. So they won't cover it at all.
That is stupid.
I know. I feel like insurance companies are like the biggest scam because
They
who
are.
are you to say if a doctor says I need it that I don't need it? Like,
Exactly. That's dude, we have to pay for our own insurance because Casey,
Business.
yeah. So we were just like looking because we had to like pick a new plan or whatever. And literally like if you pay for like a good plan, like $800 or $1,000 a month for a family of 5, whatever you're gonna choose. Your out of pocket deductible or like maximum or whatever is still like $10,000 or something. Like you still have to pay $10,000.
Yeah, which you're like basically screwed if you
So
get
it's like
pregnant.
you're basically paying $800 a month and you have to pay out of pocket for anything that happens. And it's like, what is the point of this? So we literally chose the $40 a month plan because we're like, what is the difference? We might as well put that money in a savings account and like at least
pay the
have-
deductible anyway, because that's what you're going to have to pay. And if you're not going to use the deductible and you have to pay for all of that money, why were you paying for the high prices to begin with?
Yeah, it made no sense when we were looking at it. I'm like, this is a scam. This is the biggest scam ever. It's just like the fucking FDA and the pharmaceutical companies. And like this whole
Yeah.
thing was created to just make us all sick and broke.
Yep.
You guys, we have another like weather advisory here.
You do?
Yeah, we're supposed to get what, like 5 to 8 inches
Oh,
tomorrow?
Teresa, I did read that in the chat. Teresa did put that in there. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
In like 2 inches of ice.
Yeah.
More ice.
Yeah. My family was here. That's why I had guests this week. Because this weekend my family was here because they didn't have any power in Canton. And it's been since like Thursday, and my brother-in-law's
Yeah.
been home like trying to keep it on. Oh my God. Here we go again, guys.
Buckle up. It's gonna get crazy.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to eat a child, you guys, if I have to stay home one more week with them. I'm not a stay-at-home person.
I'm not a stay-at-home mom either. I was off most of this week and I was like, I on Thursday, I was supposed to have the whole week off, but I had to go in on Thursday. And they're like, why'd you even come in? I said, I'm not a stay-at-home mom.
I had to get out of my house. Yeah, so someone's literally been sick ever since we got back from Michigan. Like one of them. And then we had the ice storm, which was kind of like a mini COVID lockdown. It was like kind of like
Isn't that a little PTSD? Like
yeah. And then they each had strep throat. I'm now figuring out that's what they had. Okay. Wow, that was scary. And come here. And then the kids had a week off school last week because they do 6 weeks on and then 1 week off. So this coming week will be the first week since December that everyone's gone. No, go see dad. Go tickle dad's feet. Go, go. No. And then Rory's daycare is closed the week after that. For spring. Yeah. And then 3 weeks after that, the kids will probably be off again or some shit. I'm like, this makes me want to stab myself in the eyeballs. I don't think you should be having caffeine. I already think that you have too much.
Oh my gosh. You're not on my Snapchat. So my daughter just like loves coffee. Violet loves coffee.
Really?
She's like, she'll
She's
like,
a 2-year-old too, right?
yeah. She like, if I have a coffee mug out, she'll be like, oh, it's good. I'm like, no, stay away from mama coffee. I like it though. I like it. I take a drink.
Who's drinking this?
The Celsius. I always say, but it's got a lot of vitamins in it.
It does. Oh my gosh. I love it. All right. We
That'll
did
give
good.
you baby fever or make you
Yeah.
not want to have any more. Either one.
I feel like I'm like 2 and done, guys. Maybe.
I want one more and I hope it's twins. That's my stuff.
I said that with the first one. I was like, I'll take twins.
Oh my gosh.
Like, what?
I want
right,
at least
better-
one more.
I better go.
Yeah.
Give me that. I need it more than you do.
Guys, that was fun. Hopefully someone jumps on, ask some questions for you.
I hope so. We shall see.
Yeah,
Thank you so
Hopefully
much.
get some people. So
Yeah.
Good luck tomorrow, Crystal. I'm sure we'll talk to you.
Yeah, good luck.
thank
Keep us-
you. Yes, thank you. All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye.